Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I actually wanted to say something. I had been noticing something on Facebook recently, and it was about these Homestuck fans, or Homestucks as we're called, that were writing some rather asinine and inane and just out and out trolling comments to Andrew Hussie. And why would you do that? I mean, he he has more dedication to his fans than a lot of um, creators of their master works would. Um, I don't know why these certain people would be compelled to stoop that low, honestly. And I look at elements like this and I just think this is why Hussie doesn't want anything to do with people like myself, or, I idolize this man. And I'm hoping that at some point in time I can actually meet him, maybe as Eudora. No. I wouldn't be wearing the shades because they're very disorienting. Um, and I don't really have that costume completed yet anyway. And getting all of the necessary equipment is difficult, seeing that I'm poor, but I'm hopeful that I can. Although I do have a lot of fan art. Of course, when I figured out who my fan trolls were, it's mainly Pfeffery. I'm not really surprised at that. I'm an awful lot like Pfeffery, actually. I mean, I'm just happy, bubbly. I love to swim, and I can be rude when need be, but I'm really polite. And then I created my own, and I know a lot of people will probably get a little bit upset that I did gender bent versions of some of the trolls, but these are my creation. I put a lot of heart into them, and Eudora is absolutely one of my favorites. She's just such a likable character. And of course, I drew Amnon in his god tier. He's one of the masters of time. And I did another one of Zizolo, and actually they call him Ziz. He's Eudora's twin brother. And Astrea was actually my first fan troll, and she is the first, and I know I'm probably going to get in trouble for this too, but she's one of the first dual signs. She's a mutant, basically, and because of this, she tends to be a little bit of an outcast. And Zizolo is the only troll who really loves her for who she is, and they have a very wonderful mateship. And not related to Homestuck, but what was inspired by it was 12 Lights, basically. And I've written another chapter of that saga recently with my time traveling ferret, but actually that was inspired by Mr. Hussie's magnum opus. And of course, I just love Astrea. Astrea is she's got a lot of my personality in her, especially trickster mode. Though she's not to the point of being destructive. She's just very fun and frivolous and fey and mischievous, but not to the point of actually hurting anybody. She likes to prank people, but she won't do it to harm anyone. She would never harm anybody. And of course, she just likes to have good, clean fun. And I just adore her trickster mode. It's super awesome, and she's just so colorful. I adore it. I absolutely savor it. And of course, what I'm very proud of here, again, Eudora and Zizolo. And of course, they're both their god tiers are the of Doom. And Astrea's god tier is a little bit different because she's I know she shouldn't be heart. She should be light and life, but I just thought that she would be better as a heart because she's very um romantic person, and she can heal people, and she can speak to their hearts, and she can understand people's deepest feelings that way. Um, got some more fan trolls that I created. My own Tauren, of course, because I had to have a PB&J. I mean, who doesn't? I created my own Capricorn. She's not, believe it or not, she's not my murderous character. You would think that she would be. She's psychotic, yes. But she's not murderous. Her psychosis is just you know, same thing like how would I explain this? Like when Solix flips out, it's the same thing. That she's not murderous. And let's see, I've got, this is my latest of Astrea and Eudora, both in swimsuits. I just thought it was really uber kawaii. And of course, the last thing I did for a long time, my murderous troll is Enigman. Yeah, Enigman can be quite the killer when he wants to be. Of course, I've got my own Sagittarian, I've got my own Virgo, I've got my own Cancer and Libra, and my Aquarius. I'm in love with her too. She, believe it or not, she and Astrea are good friends, and they get along really well. Believe it or not, you wouldn't think that they did, but you know, in a perfect world, they would probably have a mate split ship. Of course, I did a little bit of a shipping chart. Who was flushed and who was pale. I didn't do any kismeses, or kismeses. Maybe that's the more appropriate term for that. But basically, those are all the characters I've created. I've written my own stories, and they're up on fanfiction.net. I haven't really received any feedback. I'm also on Tumblr, and I never really would have thought that I would go on Tumblr. Honestly, I just never considered that as an avenue for my creativity, but there are a lot of other Homestucks out there that are very accepting, and it's a family. And that whole post by a Facebook user going under the name Gamzee Makara, I'm not sure who this is, but if you're watching this, this is why I'm posting this right now, along with my artwork. And of course, I have a lot of parodies here on YouTube. You probably have watched them. I hope you have. If you haven't, then shameless plug. Please watch my videos. Buy my book. Buy my book. Name that reference. Okay, never mind. Don't name the reference. But I'm really hopeful that I can at least meet and greet with Mr. Hussie at some point in time and just lavish my affections on him and his work and just tell him how much he's inspired me. Like I said, if it hadn't been for this particular webcomic, I probably never would have written 12 Lights and the different stories surrounding 12 Lights, and just the different parodies I've been writing, and how it's just influenced a lot of different areas of my life. And I'm really hoping that I can meet some other people who are involved. And I would really like to do some cosplay too, but like I said, money, it's an object, and I'm poor. But maybe with somebody else's help, I could pull off my Eudora look, or if all else fails, I could go as Estrella, or if I was really I would be really happy just being my patron, which would be Pfeffery, which I think I would definitely make a really good Pfeff. I'm not really sure what else to say, uh, other than to those people who are just being trolls, get a life. Leave him alone. This is why he won't interact with normal homestucks like me. Or other people who have been trying to contact him. I haven't tried contacting Mr. Hussie, which I really want to, and I keep going, no. I mean, I always yank away because I think, oh, he's not going to answer me, but I'm actually going to try and see what happens, and uh, maybe I'll get a response, but other than that, I really can't say that much other than, if you're watching this, Andrew, thank you so much for everything that you've done. You have given me such you are my muse, basically. Let me just put it that way. You are my muse and the muse of so many other people who have just made your webcomic their life. And it may not be part of my life, but I just feel like it is, actually, come to think of it, because there are a lot of things that I'll think about, or they come creeping into my everyday existence. And if I've had a bad day, and if I see somebody purchase some tab, I get a smile out of it. I know it sounds really silly, but it's a small thing. I'll see Barbasol. That makes me grin. I see things like what else? Fruit gushers. Yeah, if I see fruit gushers, I mean, I know it sounds really dopey to the normal person, but if I see that go through my eye, I get this huge grin on my face. I mean, this big goofy geeky grin, just because I think Grist to myself and in my Homestuck Riddle brain. But it's become a part of my life, and I may not have time to really be super creative about it and do more, but I think I contribute a little bit by doing the fan fictions and the parodies and the artwork, and hopefully soon maybe even cosplay if I'm lucky. I had more fun, believe me, I would. That's all I have to say about that, and I'm just hoping that those people who have just been blatantly stupid, I just hope that they learn their lesson and just be a little bit more polite, and learn that you don't need to be a pain in the butt. You don't need to be just don't be a troll, okay? I mean, if you're a Homestuck troll, yeah, we love you, but don't be a troll. It's just not. It's not. We don't condone that, and we we'd rather you would be a pain in the butt someplace else. But that's all I have to say, basically, and I just thought I would get that off my chest. So, hopefully this will help get the cause out, and maybe we'll be able to hear more from our hero.